Hey everyone, it's Mr. Lang. In this video I'm going to teach you about step functions. So this is your first real brush with piecewise functions. Well, at least in math class, you've been doing step functions whether you know it or not in your real life, and so now we'll just kind of get it down algebra wise. So let's get started with question number 1. It says, at a local amusement park, the park charges admission based on age. Graph the amount of money a person would have to pay admission based on their age. So we look at the table here. It says for anyone 3 and under, they pay $1. 8 and under, they pay $4. 16 and under, they pay $8, and 17 and older, they pay $12. No doubt you've seen this type of pricing structure, whether it be for an amusement park or movies or whatever, you know, different prices for different ages, so this is nothing crazy. Over on our y-axis is the cost, so the money, and then on the x-axis is the age in years. So let's first just talk about what 3 and under actually means. 3 and under does not mean, you know, right at your birthday at age 3. It actually means up to age 4, but not to age 4. So what I mean by that is you could be 3 years old in 364 days, you know, the day before your 4th birthday, and you're still considered 3. So it's kind of weird with this. You're going to put an open circle at 4. This is at $1 because you can't include 4, but all the way up until 4, and we're going to go a straight line back that way. So if you're age 0, you pay $1, 1, 1.5, you still pay $1, 2, 2.5, all the way up until 4, but not including 4, you're going to pay $1. All right, but when you turn 4, you start paying $4. So I'm going to make this a closed circle here, and you're going to pay $4 up until, well, while you're 8 and under, but remember, that would go up to age 9, just before age 9. So we put an open circle there saying, okay, once you're 9, you're not going to pay this. But right up until then. $16 and under, same thing. This costs $8. So I'm going to start here at $8, and I'm going to go all the way to 17, but it's an open circle at 17. My lines aren't that great. You should use a straight edge, but doing my best here. And then 17 and older, you pay $12. So oops. So at age 17, you pay 12. Do a closed circle there, and we are going to go forward, and I'm going to go like this. Alright, so this is our step function graph, and you can see why it's called a step function, because it looks like steps. Alright, sometimes you'll hear them called staircase functions, but step functions, whatever. Each of these pieces are constants. Alright, so they're horizontal lines with slope 0. So let's get some stuff down here. Let's first get the definition of a step function. A step function is a function containing all constant pieces. It's actually considered a piecewise function, and we'll learn more about piecewise functions in the next couple days. So a step function is a function containing all constant pieces, and it is a function. It passes the vertical line test. Even if you go right here at one of these kind of transition points, you draw a vertical line through it, it's going to hit right here, but this doesn't count as hitting it. So it really the vertical line only hits it once at any single value in the domain. But with these step functions, they are not continuous. And what that means is I couldn't just put my pencil down and, without picking it up, trace the entire function. All right, I'd have to pick up my pencil. So it's not continuous because it's got the breaks. And those breaks are vertically. Okay, so that's kind of what I want you to get down as far as step functions. All right, so let's go to question number 2. This is a more traditional way to define a step function. So it says the function f of x, and it breaks it into its 2 pieces. It says, okay, the value of f of x, or kind of you can think the y value, is going to be 2 if the x is between 0 and less than 5. And it's going to be 6 if it's from 5 all the way to 10. So in part A, it's just saying evaluate each of the following. And then write down what coordinate point must lie on the graph as a result. So if x is 0, then it's saying, okay, well, which y value do I pick? Do I pick 2 or 6? Well, since x is 0, that falls in this first case because it's between 0 and less than 5. So f of 0 is 2. And that would mean I've got the point x is 0, y is 2. If the x is 2, that still falls between 0 and 5, so the y would be 2. So it's an x of 2, y of 2. For 4, if an x value of 4 still falls within this first range, so it would still be 2. So that would mean I've got the point 4, 2. This is where it gets a little tricky. If you've got an x value of 5, well, do I go with the first one that says 5 here or 5 here? Well, this one says strictly less than 5. So it does not go here. So it must be here because it's x is greater than or equal to 5. So in this case, f of 5 is going to be 6. That means I've got the point 5, 6. F of 7 is also going to be 6 because that falls between 5 and 10. And finally 10 is going to fall there too. So it's going to be a 6, and that gives us the point 10, 6. This just kind of helps you determine what your step function is going to look like. And now they want us to graph it. So, I mean, we can plot these points. 0, 2, 2, 2, 4, 2, 5, 6, 7, 6, and 10, 6. Alright, so this is almost, if by plotting these points, it's almost, we've almost got our step function, but not quite. So let's look at the 2. It's going to be 2 from 0, so it's going to include 0, but it's going to go all the way to 5, but less than 5. So I'm going to put an open circle at 5 and draw it like this. And it's going to be 6 starting at 5, so it includes 5 because it's less than or greater than or equal to, and it's going to go inclusively to 10. And there's your step function. So there's only 2 steps on this, but there it is. Alright, so let's go to number 3. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to pause the video, try number 3 on your own, and then we'll compare our answers. So yeah, pause it right here, and I'm going to do my work too. Alright, so let's see how you did. So we've got the function g of x, which has 3 parts. So what you should see is that you have 3 pieces on your graph. So it's going to be 10 from 0 all the way to just less than 4. Then it's going to step down to 7 from 4 to less than 8. And then it's going to drop down once more from 4 from 8 to 12. So this is what I have. The value is 10 from 0 all the way to just less than 4. So since this is less than 4, I've got an open circle right here. Then it jumps down to here, closed circle at 4 because it's greater than or equal to. And I'm going all the way to here to less than 8, open circle. And then from 8 to 12, all inclusive because it's or equal to, the value is 4. So this is it. That's your step function. Cool. All right. Your SIA question is question number 4. Good luck.